Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is very special because we have Seb with us. He is the head of applied AI at Make.com. For those who are new, I am Axton, an expert in AI optimization and automation workflows. I teach Make in my AI automation course. Hundreds of students have learned to build AI workflows with Make.com. Today, we will learn about Make's AI strategy. Sam, thank you for being here. Could you tell us about yourself and Make.com?
Yes, sure. Hey, thanks, Axton, for hosting me here today. I'm really happy to be here and also share a bit with your community on what we plan to make and also get your feedback onto it. So, yeah, I'm Seb. I'm head of Blood AI. I'm leading our product efforts in our internal AI transformation at Make, and I'm close with my AI team and other leaders trying to build the best AI experience when it comes to bringing LLMs into Make as well as other tools around using LLMs within automations. So yeah, let's dive into your questions.
So let's talk about AI features. I see many interesting things happening on the AI and automation area. Firstly, Zapier is doing these things. They have AI actions that work with more than 6,000 apps and 30,000 actions. They made an AI chatbot for customer service. They have Zapier Central where teams can create AI agents. I think the most powerful AI approach are their chatbot and Zapier Central. And N8N has these AI features. They have 6 different types of AI agents. Their AI agent has built-in memory and tool calling capabilities. And there are also many other AI agent platforms, such as Coze.com. It's an AI agent building platform, helps people make chatbots and AI workflows. And the most important is they can publish them on many other platforms. And Dify.ai is a similar platform, which makes visual AI orchestration RAG engine for AI agent and workflows. I see all these companies focusing on AI agents. So what is Make's plan to compete with these competitors?
Mm. I, we are already competing with these competitors because we see that a lot of customers actually building simple and reflex agents already today on Make. So there's like these 5 types of AI agents. When you think about it, what you can do already or today. So yes, it is hard to build goal-based, utility-based, and learning agents. But learning agents you could do with data stores. So when you're saying, hey, N8N has their memory, we have a data store, Zapier doesn't have a data store, N8N doesn't have a data store per se. There, you can do some database logic, I know, but you can do this inside Make already. You could bring RAG to your automations. We have hundreds of customers or even thousands of customers actually using Pinecone in their workflows. So what you can achieve in N8N agents, you can achieve in Make. It is today probably not as straightforward when you have like tool calling or things like that. That's for sure. We are aware of this. But when we see also like a lot of like the LinkedIn posts around what customers are building, we always ask ourselves, do they need this? Do they need to have the tool calling capabilities, or do they just use a module before and have basically a predefined workflow? And I had last week a long discussion around this where the customer said, well, actually, we don't want to have this kind of freedom. We really like that in Make we can predefine what the LLM and what the agent then behind the scenes should do. So in this regard, we are observing the market and we are aiming to build the right integrations and extending our platform.
Network connection is unstable. Okay, Seb is offline. Are you still here?
Okay, so basically, we see that they're building with Pinecone a lot of AI agents already today.
Yeah.
So our goal is to bring the platform capabilities to work as seamless as possible with AI, as fast as possible, because we don't believe that AI will replace people. It will make your building experience faster.
Yes.
This is one piece. On the other side, we're of course exploring agent capabilities to extend our platform capabilities to become agent-first capabilities. And with this motion, we can tackle nearly all of the big, right now, emerging agent builders. If you dive deeper into these agent builders, they are not really workflow engine because they're lagging a lot of things what we established over the years. And when thinking about Zapier, Zapier tries to go into this front end motion and database and table motion. We're serving it for quite some time now. Ultimately, it is a strategic decision to say, hey, we want to expand into like a horizontal motion and cover more and more tool capabilities. This is something what we are observing, and we find it really interesting to see how Zapier extends there.
I think Zapier may be trying to find a right approach to build AI. Maybe they're still on the way to finding what is the right things they should do. So, how do you think about the N8N? I like N8N's AI agent.
I mean, let's take the agent of N8N. So in N8N, if I recall it correctly, you have the possibility to use tools, and well, these tools are just modules on Make. You can have them previously in your scenario. We see a lot of customers actually having an AI module where you say, hey, this is the goal, return based on this goal as JSON structure, and then they use routers and filter if the next step should be the execution of, for example, get data from LinkedIn, get data from YouTube, get data from TikTok, and then they merge it all back together in another LLM call. And they kind of, you can build this in Make. It is not as represented in our front end because it's our Make unique visual logic, which a lot of customers really like. But I get the viewpoint of, yeah, I would just like to do everything in one module, like, and it ended with their front end representation. What they, I think, really nicely did is having these atomic executions. It's basically like allowing the agent to use one API call. This is, I think, really interesting, and it's going to be interesting to see how they continue, because ultimately their AI agent is a LangChain wrapper. You can just see it in their GitHub source code bases. Ultimately, they just wrapped LangChain. Initially, it was even called LangChain. So this is really, really interesting to see how it evolves. I mean, they have the custom code step. This is something we are offering only in certain pricing tiers, which they offer like right out of the box. So this is also something where we can evaluate that this is an approach that's feasible. Nevertheless, we are thinking about how can we make it easier to have goal-based agents, because this is something where we see room to make it easier. You can build it today on Make, but we might need to make it easier.
Yeah, I think that the most difference between Make and N8N, Make's AI module is more like a wrap of API. It's so even Make integrated more AI modules like Perplexity, ChatGPT, and Claude, etc. N8N is not just an API wrap. Provide you a platform to build an agent. For example, if I want AI to base my question and to search my Notion database, or maybe search from the website, from the internet, the AI agent can do these things and make the decision between one AI agent modules, because it has the memory and has the two calling capabilities. But in Make, I have to build all these steps by myself, and I have to deal with different API, different apps. as Make only gives me an easy way to use API. Make doesn't combine some things like a whole AI agent should do.
Yes. Yeah, again, we try to make it easier to build these AI agent capabilities. As you said, you can build all of this on Make. It is not so easy. You can build memory. You can build in thread IDs. You can build theoretically retrieving data from RAG. Yes, the thing is, it's not as straightforward, as easy as it is in these other platforms. We see this. We understand this. Nevertheless, we see a lot of customers that actually like our ease of use of just providing context to LLMs. So we see that they actually build their RAG flows with Pinecone, do this because they like the chaining of things. And if we compare it like to Diffy, I'm actually playing around with Diffy quite some time. So they struggle in getting proper integrations and building these setup around the integrations. So this is something you're never gonna make it right for like all the customers. That's for sure. But we gotta make it definitely easier when it comes to the agent goal-based approaches.
Goal-based approaches. Can you explain more?
Yes. So what you're basically describing in the AI agent capabilities is that you say to the agent, do X, Y, Z. Let's take a super simple example. Let's take the example of make me a pizza. The agent has now 5 tools. It has recipe, stove, delivery, heat, and ingredients, let's say. So, and it can choose what it needs to make the pizza. It probably doesn't need the delivery because you want to cook it yourself. You don't want to order a pizza, so you can skip the delivery. So the agent chooses out of these 5 tools, just 4 tools, and makes yourself a pizza, let's say. And this is a goal-based approach. You define, I want to eat a pizza. I want to eat a self-made pizza, so please make me a self-made pizza. And the agent will do it. Can you build this today and make? Yes. Is it easy? Not as easy as we would like to have it. I hope this explained it.
Yeah, I understand the goal-based approach, as you said, but I still cannot figure out how can I implement this in Make currently.
How you can implement this in Make currently with the goal-based approach, you mean?
Yeah.
Or with agents. Okay. Sure. So when it comes to goal-based approach, you define yourself a goal in LLM you want to use, let's say OpenAI. And for example, you can use OpenAI assistants and you can build with webhook and webhook responses OpenAI assistants. There's some YouTube videos around this, there's some explanation around this. Or what you can also do is let's take Anthropic where you don't have the assistants API. In Anthropic, you can, again, define your goal, and you can say, hey, return me a JSON if delivery is true. You basically define the tools in a JSON, and then you parse the JSON and you route based on the JSON. Is this nice? Probably not. You can achieve it, but it's not the greatest UX.
Yeah, that's my question. In Make, I can call an LLM module like ChatGPT and tell the ChatGPT, I need a pizza. ChatGPT maybe give me different answers. Actually, to judge the answers by myself, I need to add a router. Like if ChatGPT said, yes, you can get a pizza, I will go to an workflow. If ChatGPT said no, I will go to the other floor. But what an AI agent can do, it can do this all by themselves.
Yes, and that's the thing. You don't see the reasoning. You don't see the reasoning why it did X, Y, Z behind the scenes. And what we get from customers is that they like to define or manage the reasoning steps in between.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something where we might change. We are fully aware. We might change that we allow the model to reason and to execute till it's done with its tool capabilities. But you can also use your predefined routed tools, let's say like hard-coded tools. This is something we're fully aware and where we are open to change.
Okay, that's great. Also, talk about the publish. Currently, if I want to build a chatbot in make.com, I have to build a scenario and call this scenario by maybe webhook from my front-end application. Make doesn't provide an easy way to publish the app, publish the scenario, right?
So sorry. So you're basically saying you mean like an API, like scenario to API, or
Yes, scenario to API or scenario to web SDK, right? Something like that.
Okay. So what you can do is you can do webhooks. Yes, we are working on authenticated webhooks. When it comes to webhooks, it's not an API per se, but connecting to front end and integrating it, you can, well, we see customers building custom GPTs with webhook. We see that customers are using a lot of webhooks to integrate into front ends. Yes, again, it's not as easy as we wish to have it. But there's so much infrastructure and so many things what we need to take into account if we change this, if we change the approach there, where of course the other platforms might be leaner from their customer bases to adopt faster. But yes, we are aware and we want to make it easier in the future to have scenarios as APIs.
Okay, let's talk about that feature plans. What new features, AI features, will make have soon? Can you share something?
Yes, I can. So when it comes to AI, we are exploring the world of agents. Yeah, and as a lot of customers saw on Make Waves, we are exploring a simple way how you can interact with scenarios, and also a way how you can turn scenarios into tools for LLMs. These are things we are exploring. As I'm leading product efforts, I'm not going to commit to timeline nor to exactly what we can do and will do.
Yeah,
It's always a bit of like an iterative development process. So these are the things you can expect. You can also expect pretty soon the launch of Human in the Loop, especially made for AI purposes. This is something we are fully aware and want to push out because we see that this is something where a lot of customers can actually leverage content creation to a next level.
Okay, thank you. Currently, Make has over 1,600 integrations, right? Is this number correct? Or
No,
maybe more?
This number is sadly outdated. It's over 2,100. So
Or
it's
over 2,000, right? Okay, great.
let me maybe ask one question. What would be for your community, what would be the things you would like to see that Make does? What are the things that come to your mind? What we should do? What would make your life easier? I'm super happy to explore this. So if they can post this in the comments or if they can share this for our make feedback, this would be really, really generous and great. Because we want to develop the capabilities that make our users successful.
Okay, I said Coze.com or Dify.ai. Do you know these two platforms? Yes, that's great.
Yes.
I personally like the two platforms approach for the AI features, which makes we build an AI applications very easier. For example, they have building knowledge base, they have building memories, databases, and even they have code modules. Make does not has a built-in code module. If I want to execute code, I have to use third-party apps. Yeah.
Yes. We are aware. I mean, are we low code? Are we no code? Are we pro code? That's always a question. We are evaluating with our users. So yes, again, we are open for change and we are open to adopt to changing market conditions and changing interests and customer bases. Yes. So Excellent. Thanks for your feedback there. And yeah, keep it coming, because this gives us the chance to become a really truly first AI agent platform, or enabling AI agents to be built on it.
Yeah. So no code, I think no code is our future. But currently, even Zapier has more than 6,000 apps integrations. They cannot do anything without a code. So there's still something we have to use code. But this is not very important. The important things are easy to build an AI bot and also easy to publish. I think this is the two very important things.
Yeah, again, like we are seeing these tools coming up, and we are evaluating our capabilities where we can go to. And yeah, excellent. Thanks for your interview.
Okay, thank you, Sam, for sharing all this information.
Sure.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks
Bye.
everybody. See
See
you.
you
Bye
later.
bye.